Hi guys, welcome back or welcome to Astrology with Georgie. In this video, we're going to be talking about the upcoming new moon in Gemini on the 6th of June. This is happening at 16 degrees of Gemini. If you go and get your natal chart, then you can take a look at how this will be impacting your own individual chart. See if you have any planets around the 16th degree, because this will be impacting you more if you do. So if you have any planets from 15 to 17, then this will be impacting you more. And this will also be impacting you a little bit more if you have mutable placements. So Virgo, Sagittarius, Gemini, and Pisces people, you guys will be feeling this new moon a little bit more. But for all of us, this is happening somewhere in your chart. So for all of us, you will be feeling a new beginning in the Gemini area of your chart. So before we get into it, if you're new here, hi, I'm Georgie. I'm an astrologer in the UK. If you don't subscribe, please subscribe to my channel. And if you get value from this video, please give it a thumbs up. I really appreciate it. And let's get into it. So first of all, what is a new moon? A new moon is when the sun and the moon come together in the sky. So the moon essentially is losing its light because it's so close to the sun, it's not being illuminated. And this kicks off the beginning of the lunar cycle, of the 28-day lunar cycle. So this represents a new beginning. It's the starting of something new. So you're leaving behind the previous month and you are starting something new. Now, this new beginning can play out over the next 6 months because that's when the full moon will be in Gemini. So now you've got the new moon in Gemini. When you get the full moon in Gemini, that ends this 6-month cycle. But you may also see that any intentions or any new beginnings that start around this new moon in Gemini, these are also going to play out over the next month ahead. So we have the monthly cycle, but we also have the 6-month cycle. Now, this new moon has a mixture of aspects towards it. So we're just going to talk a little bit about those and about what they can mean. And then we're going to go through the houses and talk about how this could play out for you potentially. So Gemini. So at the moment, there is a stellium of planets. On the new moon, there will be a stellium of planets in the sign of Gemini. So go and take a look at where you have Gemini in your chart, because this is going to be where you're going to feel it the most for you. But Gemini, generally as a sign, is a mutable sign. So this is all about being adaptive, being flexible, and being able to change, to adjust, to if you've been going in a previous direction, this is all about adjusting. So if you feel you have come to a standstill in a certain area of your life, Gemini encourages you to learn something new, to study something new, to take on some new information, and to not be so transfixed in the energy that was Taurus. Okay, we're moving into a more mutable, adaptable energy. So if things haven't been working, Gemini really encourages you to switch it up a bit, change things around, do things differently in order to move forward. Okay, so the new moon is, like I said, a new beginning. You are starting something. So this could be starting a project. This could be meeting somebody new. This could be having a light bulb moment. So there's so many different ways that this can manifest. But Gemini energy is all about connection. It's information. And so when we think about all the different ways that we receive information, whether it be through reading, whether it be through writing, journaling, we're receiving our own information by journaling. We're taking on social media, we're taking on television. This is all information that's coming to us. So this can manifest on a broader scale across, obviously, the world, and it can manifest in your own life as well. Gemini is also the sign of connection, connecting to others, and basically just making that connection with others, and all the information coming through that connection with others as well. It's learning and it's being adaptive, like I said, with the things that we are learning. Now, this particular new moon is kind of a special new moon because it's cazimi with Venus. So Venus is exactly at 16 degrees with the sun and the moon. So this is really special. And you are getting a real blessing from Venus. Now, there are some harsh aspects. Well, there's a harsher aspect from Saturn, which I'll talk about in a minute. But having Venus here on this new moon is a blessing. Venus is all about connection. So it actually strengthens the Gemini energy of wanting to connect with others. So for some people, this will be a new beginning within relationships, within friendships, starting something new. It could be something to do with finances, because Venus is all about finances. She rules money. So there could be some new ways to make money, some new ideas around making money. Excuse me. Or it could be new ideas and new information around what we value, because Venus is our values as well. So we need to blend the energy of Venus and the energy of Gemini together. So it's connecting to others, taking on information, make new ways to make money. And under the energy of the new moon, it's very much a new beginning. Now, Mercury is ruling this new moon, because Mercury is the ruler of Gemini. And Mercury is here in Gemini, which helps as well. So you've got the ruler of this new moon present with the energy of the new moon. And it's almost like Mercury's like, yeah, I'm here too, guys. Let's get this energy started. Let's get this information started. What are we learning? What are we doing? Who are we communicating? Where are we traveling to? Because Gemini is all about local travel, connecting to your neighborhood, going to your local village hall and seeing what's about, connecting to others. Now, Jupiter, as we know, has also just moved into Gemini. So another planet that's helping this new moon energy. Jupiter is the planet of expansion, abundance, and luck. And it is conjunct Mercury, the ruler. So this is bringing us more blessings, more information. It could be encouraging us to go away somewhere. It could be encouraging us to take risks, because Jupiter and Mercury together is more risk taking. There's also a lot of humor here. So it's really speaking to having fun, making fun connections, it being a bit more lighthearted. But this conjunction between Jupiter and Mercury is trining Pluto. So there's this sense of real transformation from Pluto in Aquarius, which is all about the collective. So on a collective level, we could be receiving new information, and we are perhaps having the energy to speak up about things. Okay, Gemini is communication, speaking out, and Jupiter is expanding this. Now, for some people, this new beginning, there's potential for huge transformation. So for some of you, it will be starting huge new beginnings, huge new projects, because that Pluto trine is really adding an extra power. And it's saying, you need to go for it. And it's really encouraging us to do that. So that's a really positive aspect. Obviously, Pluto has the downside as well, and Jupiter does sometimes expand. So if there are any issues under this new moon, there could be that sense of expansion from Jupiter making things a bit worse. With Pluto involved, again, it's that sense of transformation, of things being really turned upside down. Yes, the trine is a positive aspect, but that's just something to be aware of, because we also do have this square to Saturn. So Saturn is squaring this new moon. Saturn in Pisces is squaring this new moon. So Pisces is all about feeling. So Gemini is all about ideas and communication, and Pisces really feels. But with this square, it could feel like your ideas aren't necessarily being heard, or there's some sort of blockage or some sort of roadblock in where you want to go with this new beginning, where the direction that you want to go in with all this information you have, there's a bit of a roadblock in the way. And it could be that somebody's not really understanding what you're saying. Okay, so Gemini is wanting to speak and Pisces is listening, but the square, there could be some confusion, just a bit of tension there. Perhaps where you want to go, there's a sense of having to not give up. So you might start something and actually you then might need to redo it. So there's a sense of not giving up, and that is what the square from Saturn is bringing. But generally speaking, yes, it's not the most free-flowing new beginning because of the square from Saturn. But with Venus here, with Jupiter here, with the trine to Pluto, there's huge potential for power. Now, this is happening in the second decan of Gemini, which is represented by the 9 of Air or 9 of Swords tarot card. So this tarot card represents potential for a lot of negative thinking. And what we must remember with Gemini energy is that Gemini is, because it's ruled by Mercury, there can be a lot of anxious energy and a lot of negative thinking going on at times. because Mercury is so fast. So if this new beginning or whatever that's going on in your life right now in this area of your chart is bringing up lots of negative thoughts, then just know that if you keep thinking over and over again negatively, then that is all you are going to get. And this card is just reminding us to think positively rather than negatively, because with this card we can get a bit stuck in a negative thought process. And that also speaks again to the square from Saturn. So perhaps it's linking us to potential for this huge transformative new beginning. Don't let your thoughts get in the way of your potential. Okay, so that's just something to bear in mind. Now we're going to run into the houses and what this could potentially mean for you. So Aries, sun and rising. In fact, listen for your sun, moon and rising, because this is a new moon. So please do listen for your sun, your moon and your rising sign to see which is more accurate for you. So Aries, sun, moon and rising. This is happening in your third house of communication. So the third house is naturally ruled by Gemini. So this is just a double downing on the energy for you guys. So it's a new beginning in terms of a creative project, a media project, learning something new, starting something new, teaching something to somebody, making new friendships, perhaps traveling somewhere in your local neighborhood, making new connections because of that Venus input. Generally some sort of new beginning in terms of your local travel arrangements or collecting information in some way. For Taurus and Taurus rising, this is happening in your second house of finances and values. So this could be a new beginning around an income. So perhaps you're starting a new job and you're earning an income from a new place. Perhaps you're having a lot of different income sources, and actually there might be too much going on, and you've got to pick and choose where your priorities lie, where your values lie, Venus, because there's a lot going on and perhaps it's too much because Jupiter could be expanding this for you. So this could be a new beginning around earning money, but there might be some decisions to make around where that income actually comes from. For some of you, this could be also spending money. Perhaps you're spending money on something new. Perhaps your beliefs and your values, or what you value to be true, is changing. You're learning some new information, and then what you're actually valuing is changing in your mind. The second house is also self-worth. So perhaps this is a new beginning for you, or you're learning something new to do with your self-worth. You could be studying personal development and it's having an effect on your self-worth in a positive way. So for Gemini and Gemini rising, and Gemini moon, Gemini rising, sun, moon and rising, sorry. This is happening in your first house. So this is something to do with your identity, your physical body. Because Venus is here as well, this could be quite literally a new look for you. You could be getting some work done. You could be having some tattoos done. Just some sort of transformation around your physical appearance, or it's a transformation around who you are as a person. A realization or a new beginning for you around who you are, your identity, who you identify to be as, and your environment as well, your immediate environment. Perhaps there's something going on in who you are as a person, and therefore it's having an effect on your immediate environment. For Cancer, sun, moon and rising, this is happening in your 12th house of spirituality. Now, for some of you, this is going to be starting a new spiritual practice. For others, it's going to be really having that deeper connection to spirit, having that deeper connection to your third eye, to your subconscious mind. Maybe some of you are going to be learning something new, some sort of energy work, healing work, a new beginning in terms of helping others that are less fortunate than you. For some people, this is going to be a new beginning in your mental health. Perhaps the way perhaps information you're taking on, and you're learning something new in terms of making your thought process, your mental health a little bit more positive. And just remember, with that square from Saturn, that you can do it, and just to keep going. So if you haven't quite got the idea yet, just keep going. Leo, sun, moon and rising, this is happening in your 11th house of friendships, networking and groups. So for some of you, perhaps you're meeting somebody new. Perhaps you're starting a new group project in your community. Perhaps you and a friend are something that you're starting out new is happening with a friend because Venus is there. If you work in a group of people, this could just be something at your job in terms of the group of people. Perhaps you guys are all learning something new together, or it could have something to do with charity work because the 11th house is humanitarian and charity work. So perhaps you are starting a new humanitarian project. You've come up with a new way to reduce your carbon footprint, something like that. This could also be just having fun with your friends because Venus is here. So going on a new adventure with your friends, or changing your goals in some way, your goals in your relation towards money, because Venus is here and the 11th house is also money. So there could be a new idea, some new information start to do with what your goals are, learning something new and then deciding that your goals have changed, something like that. Now, for where are we at? Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. This is happening in your 10th house of career and your public image. So this could be a promotion at work. This could be a new career, job change completely. You could be have a new work colleague because Venus is here too. New ways to make money at work. You could be getting a pay rise. That would make sense. Just being a bit more recognized at work, or perhaps learning something around your career, some information coming to you, or learning something because obviously Gemini. This could also be your public image, so how other people perceive you. So for some of you, this could be that you're getting married, getting engaged, having children, and because this is how you're seen by others. Is a new beginning for how you're seen by others in some way. So Libra, we have got Libra and the 9th house. So Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising. This is happening in your 9th house of long distance travel, beliefs, and high learning. So for a lot of you, because this is Gemini, are you learning something new? Are you taking your studies to another place? Are you publishing something? Have you been working on a project and now you're really starting a project around publishing what you've been working on? Maybe you're teaching something to other people because the 9th house is teaching. For some of you, this will be traveling, long distance, going on holiday. Or for some of you, you're starting a new belief system, a new religious or spiritual belief system in some sense. Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising. This is happening in your 8th house of psychology, intimacy, transformation. So for some of you, this will be doing some sort of therapy because Gemini is obviously learning. So maybe you're learning more about yourself. You're learning how to transform the way that you are. And for others, this will be making a connection to a partner. So getting intimate with a partner. And it could involve learning more about your partner because obviously Gemini learning. So, and because Venus is here, it's bringing you a bit closer together with a partner. So perhaps if things haven't been going that well, you guys are focusing on actually becoming intimate. For others, if you're not with somebody, this could also be occult practices. So if you are into tarot, into astrology, into kind of anything witchy, psychics, that kind of stuff, learning something new around that would make complete sense for this new moon as well. Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. This is happening in your 7th house of one-on-one relationships. So for you guys, you could be meeting a new partner. You could be taking a relationship to a next level. You could be learning and really understanding more about your one-on-one connections with people. This could also be your friendships and your business partnerships. Perhaps you are starting a new business with a person, somebody else. It's just and because Jupiter is here as well, remember. So it's just bringing you a new beginning in terms of your one-on-one relationships with people in a positive way. So Capricorn, we have you Sun, Moon, and Rising on the 6th house of daily work, health, and routines. So for some of you, this is starting a new project at work, learning something new at work, getting on well or communicating more with your work colleagues. Just a new beginning around your daily work and your routines. So for some of you, this will be health routines. Maybe you're starting a new workout plan. Maybe you're starting a new diet because Venus is here and that's all about beauty. So maybe you're thinking, actually, I want to put a bit more effort into how I look. And this new moon is going to help you do that. For some of you, this could be a new beginning to do with your pets. Perhaps you're getting a new pet. That's or your health. If you've been struggling with your health, it's a new beginning around your health and you're learning something new and you're connecting with others through health regimes, something like that. For Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising, this is happening on your 5th house of dating, romance, fun, creativity, and joy. So, for some of you, this is very much starting a new creative project. Perhaps you're starting a new hobby. Perhaps you're, if you own your own business, maybe you're learning something and you're doing something creative, expressing yourself in some way, or starting a new fun way to express yourself. For others, this will be a new beginning in your children's lives. For some of you, this could be actually getting pregnant, a pregnancy, because it's a new beginning in the house of children. For others, this will be a new romance, some love, some dating in your life, because Venus is here as well, remember. So it's a good time to go out and date, because potentially you're going to meet someone. Don't forget you've got the negative thoughts, so don't think negatively. Just keep pushing through that square to Saturn. Potential romance for you guys. And then finally, we have Pisces on the 4th house of family, home, and living situation. Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising. So this is a new beginning in terms of your family, your home, where you live. For some of you, maybe you're thinking about relocating. For others, this will be a new beginning with one of your family members. Anything to do with your living situation could be new. Starting a new project at home, connecting with your family members a bit more, communicating with your family members a bit more, and just generally getting on with your family members a bit more. A new beginning for one of your family members, living situation. For some of you, it could be researching your ancestry, because Gemini is all about information. So actually, maybe you're being called to investigate your family tree, something like that. And for some of you, this will be exploring your inner emotional world as well, because the 4th house is our inner emotional world. So delving deep, learning something new in terms of who you are as a person on the inside. So that was the run through of the houses. I'm going to do a tarot card pull for this new moon. For anyone that might be watching tarot, let's give the people what they need to hear. We're going to do one card pull for this new moon, just something to help guide you and give you a bit of positivity on this new moon in Gemini. Where are we feeling this energy? I'm going to pull out the top one now. Okay, we have got the Queen of Earth. Okay, I'm going to read you what it says for the Queen of Earth. Earth is all about material possessions. And the Queen is like feeling and really knowing what she wants. So it says, I love this book, by the way. It's the Good Tarot, and it puts all the tarot cards as a positive affirmation. So it's really beautiful for like not focusing on the negative side of some of the tarot cards. So it says, practical and grounded, trustworthy, earthy, resourceful, a gardener who tends to what has been planted. How appropriate for a new moon. I am committed, down to earth, and clear about my goals. I am honest as I work with others to keep it real and be true to what we are doing and the challenges before us. I use all my resources wisely, whether they are finances, opportunities, or people willing to help me in my endeavors. Okay, so I think that's perfect for the new moon. So it's talking about using your resources, working with others, very Gemini. So work with others. If you're getting the opportunity to work with others, do it at this time, but remain practical and grounded and trustworthy in the process. So I hope that helps some of you guys. That is the end of the video. If you would like to subscribe to my channel, please click the subscribe button so you don't miss any future content. If you got some value from this, please give it a thumbs up, give it a share, whatever helps you. And what else was I going to say? I think that was it. I will see you in the next one. Lots of love.